than a shelter. It is a living shield, stitched from the memory of countless winters.
Against -71, clothing is not fashion, it is armor.
Every time you open that door, you are stepping into a place where a wrong choice can freeze you solid.
Ready, Mikhail. The herd is waiting. In this land, the first job of the day is always the same. When it is cold enough, even boiling water becomes a weapon to show you what you are facing.
Here, even heat surrenders instantly. This is the true face of -71.
When the smoke turns black out here, it means the fire inside is starting to fight for air.
In this cold, you're always gambling. Leave the stove, save the herd, or the other way around. These little Yakut horses look small, but in this world, they are our trucks, our heaters, sometimes our last hope. The moment you pass the last house, you are back in the old Siberia, where nothing cares if you live or die.
At -71, even walking is work. Each step is like climbing out of a pit someone dug under your feet. You learn to hear ice the way other people hear music. A wrong note here means you go under. You never hurry on frozen rivers. Speed is for people who want to disappear without a trace.
Climb one small hill, and the land gives you just enough hope to keep going to the next. These Yakut horses are built like barrels on legs, short, stubborn, and almost impossible to kill with cold.
They remember you by smell, by sound. Treat them right, and they will follow you into places no machine survives. Move them too late, they starve in the wind. Move them too soon, they exhaust themselves for nothing. Timing is everything. A moving herd is like a loaded truck with no brakes. You guide it, or it rolls right over you. Slow, slow. Every winter there is one place like this that waits to test your luck. Today, it is this gully. Out here, survival is just a chain of tiny escapes, strung together between one bad spot and the next.
This is what they walk for. A few hours in a place where the wind has not scraped the land clean.
In textbooks, they call this snow grazing. Here, we just call it eating, or not eating. In Oymyakon, a whole winter sun can cross the sky like a tired eye. It blinks, and the day is already over.
Out here, even lunch fights back. Your teeth get as much exercise as your legs. Every return journey feels shorter, because the land is already erasing your tracks behind you. The horses are safe in the lee of the village now. But for Mikhail, the real danger is the herd is safe for tonight. But in this cold, danger usually waits for you at home. When the smoke looks wrong in a place like this, your stomach knows it before your mind does. Smoke tells you stories. If you ignore them, it will be the last conversation you ever have.
Iron has a way of warning you. And this is the sound of a heart that's working too hard.
In this kind of cold, your first reflex is always the same: more fire. But sometimes, more fire is the trap.
Animals smell failure long before gauges and alarms. They just don't speak our language, so we have to learn theirs.
In the Arctic, danger often arrives when you finally sit down and let your guard relax.
When the fire stops breathing straight up, it starts breathing into your lungs instead.
In a small tent, smoke can kill you faster than cold.
When metal has had enough, it doesn't argue. It just opens.
A fire that once protected you can turn predator in seconds, especially when everything you own is made of skin and fat.
You do not have a fire extinguisher here. Just your boots, your speed, and whatever pain you are willing to take.
Yuri! The stove's blown! In the Arctic, your neighbors are your alarm system. If they don't hear you, nobody will.
Sometimes the only thing between you and the ice is your own bare hand, wrapped in faith and wet cloth.
In villages like this, everyone keeps clay ready. You never know when iron will decide it's had enough.
Hold it there. I have the warm clay and ash. We need to move fast.
When you enter a burning tent out here, you are not a hero.
You don't worry about perfect workmanship. You worry about stopping the bright red from coming through.
Pain will visit you later. Right now, all that matters is that the crack disappears under your fingers.
Out here, a wall of clay becomes a surgical stitch. It is crude, but if it holds, it saves the patient.
Survival never looks elegant. It looks like two men and a dog, black with soot, still moving.
The tent will remember this night in every black patch you see. So will the man who sleeps here.
You do not trust heat once it has betrayed you. You tie it down, so the next crack has nowhere to go.
After any fight with the elements, you count what you still have and what almost went up in smoke.
Soot is a small price to pay. Charred cloth is a warning. Ashes on the snow mean you lost the fight.
Survival is mostly about memory, of where things are, how they should look, and what it means when they don't.
Modern hospitals are far away. Here, medicine is what your grandparents taught you to cook on the same stove that just tried to kill you.
The heart of this home has a scar now, but scars in the Arctic are just...
In cities, people measure success with money. Here, tonight, success is simply that everybody is still breathing.
After any close call, you feed the stove and you feed yourself. It is how you tell your mind the danger has passed.
In a place this cold, a bowl of hot stew feels like a second fire, burning safely inside your chest.
Tonight, the bravest rescuer sleeps with a full belly and maybe dreams of chasing hooves away from the people he saved.
Humor is a strange kind of insulation. It doesn't stop the cold, but it keeps it from getting into your spirit.
Every object in a nomad's home has survived its own winters. Tonight, the whole house becomes one more survivor.
Out here, a neighbor who runs toward your fire instead of away from it is worth more than any insurance policy. Out here, you never send a man back into the dark on an empty stomach.
Food here is not fancy. It is heavy, hot, and exactly what the body needs to keep fighting the cold.
Working dogs in Siberia do not retire. They just get more bones in a warmer spot by the stove.
Meals like this are the real currency here. You pay each other in bowls of heat.
This stove and I, we have both cracked a little. But we are not finished yet. In the coldest places, friendship is not a warm word.
Clothing here is a living record. Every stitch a line in a story written against the cold. Even in a place this harsh, people still carve, still decorate. Beauty is another kind of insulation for the soul. In Yakutia, science and superstition share the same roof. A good stove and a good talisman both help you sleep at night.
Fire keeps you alive through the night. The rifle keeps you alive through the next month.
A few centimeters of skin and wood. That is all that separates a human home from an Arctic night. In the cold, small chores become rituals. Tiny acts that keep chaos from creeping back in.
Tomorrow, the cold will come again, and the work will come again. So you lay out your armor like a soldier.
Every mistake leaves a mark on how you arrange your home. The layout you see is drawn by old lessons.
A nomad's home is never finished. It is constantly rewritten by the last storm, the last hunt, the last close escape. In these villages, the fire in one house is never just for one family. Everyone keeps an eye on everyone else's flames. From the sky, these villages must look like a constellation that fell to the ground, each point of light fighting the dark in its own small circle.
At this latitude, a loose knot can be as dangerous as a loose rifle.
Even asleep, a good dog in the north never really stops listening for trouble. Tomorrow the stove will work again, as if nothing happened. But that scar will remember this night for both of them.
In the coldest corners of our planet, one small flame can be the difference between a house and a tomb.
Sometimes, keeping the fire alive means sticking your hand into the mouth of the danger itself.
For Mikhail, Yuri, Bam, and millions living in the world's coldest regions, guarding the flame is the same as guarding their hearts. After a day like this, sleep does not come as luxury. It comes as a hard-earned truce. Above the frozen villages of Yakutia, the sky turns slowly on its own axis, indifferent to the dramas flickering below. From far away, this life looks impossibly small. But for the people inside, even in the harshest cold, there are moments when the sky itself seems to lay a blanket of light over the people below.
If this journey into the heart of the cold moved you, stay with us. There are many more fires to keep alive.
Out there, the cold never sleeps. But tonight, at least one small fire kept burning.